So what is this Holy Grail of retirement planning? I think of the story of the Holy Grail and how difficult the journey is and the challenges that people face seeking it. And I think there's a lot of parallels for retirement planning and preparing yourself for retirement, certainly here in the United States, and I think in many parts of the world. You know, here in the United States, we have to set money aside for our kids' college education. That's a big, big challenge. And we have to worry about healthcare, and healthcare can be really expensive. And on top of that, to put aside every month money to reach our retirement planning, it really can feel like you're on this quest for the Holy Grail. And, you know, is it fable or is it real? Are you actually going to be able to do it? So let's talk about these phases of the Holy Grail, where we come from and how it can help us out. So, you know, as we get closer to retirement, I talked earlier about the challenges, saving for our kids' college education, saving for a home, healthcare. If we lose our jobs, we lose our healthcare. And our system is a little crazy in that regard. But as we get older, it really comes down to many of those challenges are behind us. You know, we've done what we can to help our kids with the cost of college. Hopefully, if we wanted a home, we've been able to do that. And at least for the last decade, the home appreciation has been nice, so hopefully that's helped us in our preparation for retirement. But now let's talk about, you know, what is the Holy Grail? What are you seeking in retirement planning? What are you hoping to achieve from it? And I would argue that there's three main things that you want to achieve from your retirement planning, and that is in preparation for retirement. The first one is you want to have clarity and confidence that you're not going to run out of money in retirement. You want to have clarity and confidence, and you can spend this amount of money every month, every year, and not have to worry about running out of money, but also importantly, not having to worry about sacrificing unnecessarily. You know, it would really suck if, you know, you went through the youth of your senior years, you retire, and then a decade later, you're like, wow, you know, there are things I didn't do, and now it's harder for me to travel, but I was sacrificing unnecessarily. And I didn't realize that. And that's kind of the power of having a financial plan, is having that confidence, having that clarity on how much can you spend. And then you don't have to feel guilty spending that amount of money. I have clients that, you know, get X amount of dollars, let's just throw out a number, you know, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 a year, and they just can't help themselves. They still save 10% a year of what their distributions are. And no matter how hard I work with them and say, you don't have to save any of this. The saving phase of your life took place 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years, and this is the spending phase. So please don't feel like you need to save any of this. But you know, after being that way for 40 years, it's hard for any one of us. So the Holy Grail when it comes to the retirement plan is you want to have clarity, you want to have confidence. From a practical standpoint, right, that was really from a strategic standpoint, but from an everyday point of view and an everyday practicality, the Holy Grail is really, you're going to laugh when I say this, but, and hear me out, you got to listen to the explanation, is never having to be a forced seller in a down market. That's really, in addition to making sure we have enough money, we're going to talk about that in a second. You know, the Holy Grail is if you have an extra 20, 30% buffer, that's better than no buffer, right? So that gets to the next phase, but let's just talk about this phase, which is not having to be a forced seller in a down market. Basically, that means that you can withdraw your living expenses without ever having to worry about having to sell stocks when the market's down. And I say without ever having to do it. You know, the world has a way of doing strange things, so you could find yourself in it. But imagine a world where you have 5 years of living expenses, 7 years of living expenses in high quality, short duration bonds that are very unlikely to go down if there's a market correction. So let's say the market, you know, the great financial crisis. Could something like that happen again? I don't think it will, but it could, right? Hopefully we learned a lot through that and we have safeguards in place, but you know, it probably can, and given a long enough period of time, it probably will happen. Will it happen? Something like that happen in the next 10 years? I don't think so, but I don't know. Next 20 years? I don't think so, but again, I don't know. The next 100 years? It could, right? We have short memories, right? Our memories are probably 1 or 2 generations long, and then we kind of forget some of the lessons of the past. So having enough money in high quality, short duration bonds where if the market were to go down 30, 40, 50, or like in the great financial crisis, almost 60%, we have these bonds that hopefully will have kept their value, and we can live off of that. So I hear a lot of people talk about, I have a 60-40 portfolio. I have a 50-50 portfolio, meaning, half stocks, half bonds, or 70-30, meaning 70% stocks, 30% bonds. That sounds awfully academic. That's just a ratio. But what doesn't sound academic is I have 7 years worth of cash in high quality bonds that I never have to touch my stocks over a 7-year period. That feels a lot different. So really what I think we should be talking about is not 60-40, 70-30, but how many years worth of living expenses do you have in the bonds? And it gets to that earlier point, which is peace of mind, right? And having the confidence that you're not going to run out of money, even if the market goes down, right? When we're young, when we're in the youth, what I should say, the youth of our senior years, I still think of myself as young, but most people would say by the time you're almost 60, you're no longer young, but I am in the youth of my senior years. And you just want to know that, if I want to go visit India and spend a month there, I don't have to worry if the market's down 30% and I'm taking money out for my trip, because the money from my trip is probably coming from my bank account. But if it's not coming from my bank account, it's coming from those high quality short duration bonds. And short duration is just a fancy way to say, these bonds are going to come due, they're going to mature in 6 months, a year, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 on the outside of that. So it's just a fancy way of saying that. So that's one piece of it. And then also the peace of mind that comes from, knowing that you have a plan. And as I said earlier, that you're not sacrificing unnecessarily. Now, let's talk about the most important of these holy grails. So we talked about the money. We talked about how your money's invested, your asset allocation, having those bonds. But the two most important ones are ones that we can't buy. And the first of the holy grails of retirement planning is TIME, our time. How do we get the most out of our time? How do we make sure we have enough time? And we can always earn more money, but you know what you can't make more of? And that's time. The only way to make more of time is to be thinking ahead and saying, okay, I'm 45, I'm 50. When do I want to retire? Because once that age passes, it's too late. You can't retire then. So I want you to be thoughtful and I want you to be deliberate. And the other one that I want you to be thoughtful and deliberate on is your HEALTH, your health. It takes investment, it takes commitment, it takes time, but it pays off in spades, right? Many of us can be very active and very healthy until close to 80 years old, but we have to take care of ourselves. So I just encourage you to do that, to spend the time, to spend the money, to spend the mind space and the commitment to take care of your health and to do it in a way that's fun for you. And I also encourage you to watch this video up here on that note that talks about the 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can, so you can take advantage of your TIME.